Well, here we are again. After a full week off, we are your wrestling dorks and we are back. I am John, joined as always to my left by the talker of talking, Sam. Welcome back to the couch, sir.
It's a pleasure to be here now that you're back from your 477th vacation of the last 3 months.
Hey, you know what? We like to enjoy life. We like to enjoy things. So we go to Key West for a little bit.
You're like these damn kids not going to any school.
Yeah. For those of you who are joining us from Reading, Reading School District is already fucking closed, and Winter Storm Petra, which is the name, by the way, has not even struck.
They could be from Reading. They could be from the entire state of Pennsylvania.
Well, I'm just saying, but what I'm saying, for Reading people, Reading School District is closed tomorrow already, and it hasn't snowed a flake.
Nope.
Not a flake. You got something to add?
I heard your mouth click. It's supposed to.
Well, it's supposed to, but the school, but
it's supposed to snow tomorrow. I guess they don't want, like, Christopher doesn't start school till 9 o'clock, and if they just send them home at 11, what's the point?
But couldn't you start school and then maybe send them home?
That's what we did when we were kids.
That's what we used to do.
I agree. But honestly, as a parent who has to pick up my child, it makes it a hell of a lot easier already knowing that they're off from school rather than trying to make plans to leave work to go get them and find somebody to watch them.
That's what this is all about, the parents.
Well, no, but I don't understand. Like, to me, this is terrible on parents. If you have, a certain type of job, there's no, what happens with these kids? Where do they go?
Well,
I do see her point, though. I guess the point being, it is easier to take the day off than it is to go into work and make plans to leave work.
But how could you get? I guess it's because now I have a job where it's impossible to do anything. But there's a lot of jobs like production-based jobs or retail jobs where you just can't get off or not.
No, I agree.
So I wonder what happens to all these kids that their parents aren't able to get off, or they don't have a system where they have, grandparents. Do they just chill at a friend's house? Maybe, I guess.
I mean, if they're old enough, they could just hang at home by themselves, probably. If you're 12,
most school
13,
kids' age are gonna be.
This is gonna piss you off. My manager already came through today and told us we're allowed to work from home tomorrow.
Oh yeah, well that's a normal. That's not gonna piss me. That's what a normal.
Well, I thought it would make
do.
fire you up.
It would show that they care.
Sam, I can't work from home.
You know what?
I can't work.
Yeah,
from
she
home.
has to.
That makes
she's
sense.
as bad as you.
But she has to see people.
Yeah, that's true. So your job is much different, where you actually people are count on you for things. You know what he's doing? He's driving over the river and through the woods to get
to do what I could do with that and this thing on my lap.
Yes, to make phone calls and get on the laptop. Sam has to drive to grandmother's house. That was my over the river and through the woods.
It's literally the woods. And
it really is.
The drive there tomorrow is apparently going to be easy, fine. Nothing's supposed to. They said the only time it's going to be tough is 4 or 5 o'clock.
Just stay there. Just stay there. Hang out. Take a change of clothes.
If we invest in a whole campus where you could just sleep there and they have a gym and nice place, I think I would just do that. I would just live there if it was free.
By the way, we're not going to name the company that Sam works for because we don't want to get him in trouble. But it rhymes with Fells Wargo. No, I say your former company. Sorry about that. Anyways, welcome everybody to the live feed here on Twitch. I see we've got a lot of people in the room watching us here. Or the room, I don't know.
Yeah, what are all these people doing here?
What are you doing here? Don't you have better things to do? Are you snowed in already? If you're joining us live on Twitch, please join in the chat. You know what I didn't do? I fucking didn't hit the record button for the podcast. But we're going to do that.
But yes, and please subscribe and to us. Is that what it's called? You can subscribe or just follow.
You follow us. You follow us on Twitch.
No, but you could give one of your subs to us.
Well, yeah, you can give Amazon Prime subscription, and it's free to do one a month.
If you have that, but you could just pay for a sub too.
You could pay for a sub, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just get people to follow us. Now.
They can't. You don't think we're worthy of being subbed to?
I do, but I'm not here to shill and beg for money.
I'm not. I'm just saying it's not. What is it, $1 we get?
I don't know what it is, but either way, we're happy to have anybody that's joining us here. We're here to talk about wrestling. We're here to talk about life. We're here to talk about fucking Diet Grape Soda, which is the
this
greatest
episode brought to you by
giant artificially flavored Diet Grape Soda.
Yeah, also, would be real flavor.
There's real grapes in here.
Grapes in here.
This is, first of all, this woman over here, J Lucky Sunshine. She's top notch. Came home the other day with a case, I tell you, of Diet Grape Soda from Giant. And
had to set her back at least $2.39.
At least. It's the little things. It's the little things. You know what? She likes her foot rubs. I like my sodas. And she came with a thing of Diet Grape Soda and woo doggies. You know what I mean? So very exciting. What's Dan?
Yeah, I saw you check your watch or your Apple thingamajig there.
It's a Fitbit. Dan, the fourth wrestling dork, just said, damn, Aleister Black is the coolest. We will get to Aleister Black. He's
Wait,
not on.
why do you get text messages on your Fitbit?
They go to my phone and then they show up on my Fitbit.
I thought, okay, whatever. I don't do this technology bullshit.
Technology. It's not that.
We got another
I'm not
Kevin
that far
Owens and a bowling alley promo.
Oh yeah, Kevin Owens has been doing a lot of promos lately. But every promo he's been doing, he's got food. He's eating. So is that going to be his new thing?
No, I think what they're trying to do is make him seem like an average regular Joe.
Yep. Spending time with his family.
Oh, this is the movie theater one they did on Monday.
Okay, I
already
didn't
saw
see it.
this, yeah.
What does he say?
He just talks about how he's going to be back in a month.
And he's going to spend time with his kids
well, then
right now?
his kid that looks exactly like him shows up and talks about popcorn. And, there he is. And he's like, oh, wait, you got the wrong something. Or no, the change. He asked for the change. Boring as hell. Not the best promo. Unlike
I feel like the
show.
kid
It's
looks
supposed to
more
be a
like his
promo.
wife
It's supposed
than
to
him.
make him look like a regular Joe.
What does his wife look? Does that really look like his wife?
His wife's hot as F.
His wife is hot as F.
Yeah.
Really?
But
Yeah,
but the
that was
son,
just
the
before.
son's face looks more like hers than it does his.
How do you guys know this? Why do you're like the king and queen of
Because he
wrestling
tweeted
relationships?
something about his
Yeah,
wife.
he tweets all the time before.
He tweeted something about his wife.
I'm not here just to look at wrestlers' wives.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry. I'm here to
God,
learn about
please.
news and wrestling and matches. And
Let me see if I can find it.
if that
for
kid looks like his wife, then
Like I just
that's
told
not
you
a hot
tonight,
wife.
you're
you.
stupid.
No, it's a hot wife.
Oh, he's just a kid. He's like
it's his
12
face.
years
It's his
old.
facial features. Jeez.
That's an ugly looking kid. I'm saying, like it's not like a hot chick. You guys are
Wait
stupid.
wait a second. What, you were going to say his kid isn't hot?
Yeah, his kid's not hot.
His
You said he
12-year-old
looks.
kid isn't hot. You're
He's-
fucking... They're gonna come in cuffs for us
yeah,
after
I know.
this
I gotta
episode.
shut us down real quick. Holy mackerel! Yeah, okay.
He's Kevin Owens.
It
Can you
doesn't.
see that?
No, it looks like a glowing orb or glowing blob.
Oh, sorry.
You have to hold it up closer to the thing if you.
That
Yeah,
requires
would
me
her
moving.
getting up.
Yep.
And we
I
know she
have
wants to fall
plopped.
asleep.
I
tonight.
have plopped, but there it is. There
Yeah.
she is.
Once Jay
But
Lucky.
you see, like her eyes are like the sun's eyes.
Yeah,
like
you're
her
right. It
face
does.
is.
Yeah.
Yes, and go ahead, call the son ugly again and say the wife must be
Doesn't really
ugly.
work.
We lost 4 viewers once you call that an ugly
I'm
kid.
sorry. The kid
Good
is
job.
hot. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Good job, John.
Yeah, well.
Good job.
Anyways. It's you. I was going to say somebody should talk in the chat, but Sam's saying hello. All right, so do we want to go through some of the things that we're going to talk about here on this show? I mean, what do you think, Sam?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's start it.
Well, I got to show you something. I've been doing some work for the show. As you know, I'm the only one who does. I want to show you something that I spent a little bit of time this afternoon creating. You know how I used to print out things? Actually, I used to write it. Remember?
Yes.
And
And
then
then you'd leave it somewhere.
And I'd leave it somewhere, and we wouldn't have it. And then remember, I would print it out then, and you'd make fun of me for doing printouts. Feast your eyes in the future, my friend. Topics. We now have topics along the side there, covering up my ugly
It's
mug.
almost like we're a show.
We're almost a show. I mean, it's you're on a delay, so you'll see it in a second.
I
So you could probably see
understand
it.
that. I'm looking for fucking chat stuff.
Oh, I thought you couldn't
What
see
the
what you were
fuck?
doing. Hey, fuck off. But yeah, there it is. There's our
For you, those of you listening on the podcast, this does nothing for you.
yeah. Sorry, you should be watching us on live on
But-
Twitch.
If you're watching on Twitch and you also like to, listen to podcasts as well, and you're not always on Twitch, you can also subscribe and listen to us on the podcast format as well.
Yeah, mostly
We're built for podcast.
We are built for
format.
Well, we certainly 2 out of 3 of us are definitely built for radio.
No, I would say Jen is too.
really.
She was a DJ.
She was a DJ,
That's
but,
true.
but she was probably one of those like live remote DJs that they'd send out to go
Okay,
to
yeah.
people go see and be like, whoa,
No,
no.
No.
You were an in-studio DJ.
I was in studio DJ.
So okay, let's go through. We went through this like 2 years ago on the podcast, which clearly we don't have the same listeners. What kind of things did you do as a DJ? Like, were you actually playing music, or were
Yeah,
you a
I had to
talker?
play the music. I had to talk in between. I had to make sure the commercials went. I had to make sure there was no dead air. I had
And
to do a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Was
she's
it-
the queen of dead air on this.
Well, I was gonna say, and every time I was just about to say that. Every time I throw it to you, you got nothing to add. How's that?
Maybe it's you two.
Oh, it's the topic. I mean, what the hell? So,
I get passionate about certain topics.
so like, all right. So this was like probably like what 96, 95, something like that.
Yeah.
So what was it like? Boys to Men. Like, what kind of music was it? Was it?
It was a
regular?
mix. It was just all mixed. Like
Was it-
it was like the hits.
The hits.
Yeah.
Did you have like a DJ name?
No. Just
Oh.
Jen.
Oh,
That was just Jen.
you should have been J Lucky Sunshine.
Nope. Just Jen.
So if I ask you to do it, you don't have to do it the second to put you on the spot. Maybe by the end of the show, can you like pretend you're about to throw a record in and like say?
Because back
It
when
wasn't
Tuesday
a record. It was a
was-
CD.
Oh, pardon me. CDs. What's that?
So the CDs had different artists, but they had different songs on them. It was just all different songs on different discs, and like you would put in like the computer the whatever song or whatever you wanted we're gonna play next. You actually had like a list of how everything had to be played. They mixed it up.
Oh, so you didn't get to pick the songs. You
No, but
played
if
the
somebody would call
songs.
and request a song, I could play it.
Really?
Because people would call and request songs. Like not everybody went on the air, but like
Did
people
you
would
answer
call.
the phones, or did somebody answer the phone and then they said, "Hey"?
No, I did during song. Like it was a high school radio station. It wasn't
Well,
like
no, I know.
but it broadcast
assume it
across
didn't
the
work
whole
for K-Rock
city
or something. I'm just saying.
But it did. I mean, it was fun. I don't know, something different.
And how
I
come,
thought
why
I
didn't
was
you go
gonna. I
any
thought that
further
was
in
something
it?
I wanted to do.
You just didn't go any further into it. Just kind of fell apart.
School became not so much my thing. So yeah,
Oh, so okay. I mean, I was gonna say obviously it was through school, but
I probably would have if I would have done something like that. I really enjoyed it a lot.
The other thing that you said, that didn't you say that you were told or it was recommended you could be a weather girl or something like that?
No, stewardess.
Oh, stewardess.
There you go, Mile High Club.
Stewardesses don't fuck in the bathrooms, you idiot.
Come on.
Maybe back in like 1975.
Oh, today's women aren't allowed to do that.
No, they don't do that kind of stuff anymore.
They
I was
could.
told because I had such a zest for life. I was so smiley and perky, and I would make everybody feel at ease and comfortable with my smile, and that I had the drive to want to see the world, that I would be a great stewardess.
And now your drive is all gone.
She's got drive. She's buying grape sodas like without even being prompted to do it, man. That's like top notch. What are you doing over there?
Interacting with our fans.
Oh, okay. I was like, remember I told you before we started the show, I need zest.
Well,
Remember the
you
zest?
guys are having whatever
I
the
know.
conversation.
You're like,
so
I'm throwing
trying-
in snarky comments over
I'm
here.
trying to-
You should bring up something about wrestling.
I probably should. All right, sorry. We are here to talk about wrestling. I don't know what Sam's putting up. Let's talk about Elimination Chamber. Jay Lucky and I sat here with the kids and we watched the whole thing on Sunday night. Sam watched about 4 minutes of it. Did you watch any minutes?
yeah, maybe about 4 minutes. Yeah, UFC was on, and the NBA All-Star Game was on, and
Oh, God. I cannot believe you watched the NBA All-Star.
yeah, I mean, and just WWE, like I said, has kind of had soured on me. I did want to watch the main event Chamber, and I was streaming it on my phone, but then UFC, whatever, and it was like, I hate streaming stuff on my phone. Like, I just got Netflix on my phone, and it's hard for me to watch like an entire episode because I'm constantly having like to hold the phone and stuff. So yeah, I watched some of it. I mean, you said it was. I've heard there was great reviews for the Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah.
And I think you have it on the docket right under Elimination Chamber. That's kind of spawned the like Kofi Kingston.
It's
for
a whole
WrestleMania
movement.
Main
Yeah,
event.
it's a whole movement for Kofi now. I mean, it was kind of starting in the week before at SmackDown
Yeah,
with
the,
that gauntlet match that he was
gauntlet.
in. But he definitely showed in Elimination Chamber that he can go. But that match was, I gotta tell you, I don't mean to touch you, but
you know.
I gotta tell you something. You would have liked that pay-per-view. It was over at 10:20 something.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to say.
I can't
So-
believe the one you didn't watch.
So the UFC was a quick knockout, the main event. I was like, all right, 10:31, and I turned it on. I'm like, I'm gonna get to watch like the last
Yeah.
20 minutes, and it's like Mark Henry career retrospective, and I'm
Yeah.
like, so I clicked out of the illegal Russian stream, and I went back in, and I'm like, oh my god, that's what's showing on the network right now. It got over early for once.
Yeah, it was actually
did.
over at 10:20 something. It was so great.
What time did it start? 7 or 8?
7, I think. So it was still 3.5 hours
Yeah,
almost.
it started at
So it
7.
didn't start at 8.
No,
No,
it started at 7. I think they all
Pre-show
started
started
at 7
at
now.
6.
Yeah, we watched the pre-show because I made nachos. Eliminacho Chambers.
Yeah.
That's what I was calling them. That's pretty good. Come on.
Did you have nachos on vacation?
Did we?
No.
I don't think so. No, we were watching our bikini bodies. Didn't you see all those bikini pics from
So
Key
wait,
West?
you didn't eat like a maniac down there?
I drank like a maniac.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
think
all
I ate. I
drinking
think I drank
calories.
my calories more
Yeah,
than
it
I
was
ate
all
my
drinking
calories.
calories.
Yeah, see, I'm on vacation, man. I'm gonna eat, especially a new place. I'm gonna be.
Well,
down
we
in
did,
some
we did
bugs.
We ate 2 meals a day, like pretty much. Like
Yeah.
we didn't really, and it wasn't even. Sometimes it wasn't even that.
it wasn't a real meal in the morning. We did do an all-you-can-eat like a dinner cruise, but the food was, like it wasn't like tremendous that it
Right,
was
yeah.
worth going back up and back. Plus, somebody got sick on the
I didn't
on
get
the
sick. I just
boat.
felt dizzy. That's
Yeah.
because I drank too much throughout the day and didn't eat enough.
Yeah, she drank a lot
That will happen if you drink a lot.
and then get on
And then got on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, well, they got on the boat, and she was continuing to drink, and then started to dance. And then it's like, all right, time to eat. And she's like, I don't feel so good. And then we went down below, which that's even worse when you're down below deck. So, yeah.
I heard Mr. Never Drinks got drunk for once.
Dude, I got...
He got really drunk. Really, really, really drunk. He like passed out.
I saw like a shirtless pic he had of himself.
Yeah, I sent
Passed
him the
out in
pic.
bed.
I sent him the pic that you took, the selfie that you took of us.
Yeah, he was dead. Really dead.
I was very, very dead. She came in and she took a shower. I didn't even know she was there.
That's what happens when you normally you're like, I have a beer. And then you go and you probably had 4 beers and you were done.
I don't know what I had. It was all day stuff. Like that, and then I passed out for an hour or
All
so
day
or
drinking.
whatever.
That's big.
And then I woke back up and went back out. And that's how you do it, son. I wasn't dead.
It'd take you a while to get up. Don't make
yeah.
it seem like
Oh,
you
so
just
you
got
weren't
up and
drunk.
went.
If you could take a nap and get it, then you weren't bad.
No, he couldn't get up. That was the thing. He had a hard time
Drunk
functioning.
is me in Vegas getting
To the
up.
point that he threw a fit while he was trying to get dressed because he couldn't get his shoes or something right, and he was like throwing a fit in the hallway.
Yeah, I couldn't get my shoes on, and I kind of like threw them and said, I can't get my shoes on, so whatever. Not the point. The point was it was a fun vacation. Actually, the point is Elimination Chamber was a good pay-per-view. There were 2 chamber matches, new women's tag champs, obviously. What do you think of that? Like having women's tag team champions.
I know you hate it.
Yeah,
I like
I don't like it because it just shrinks the division even more. Now
What
it's
do you
like
mean it shrinks it.
because now
They can still be singles competitors.
yeah, but they won't be. Nia and Tamina will forever be together. Naomi and Carmella will forever be together. I
But
just
they
feel
already
I
do
don't
that
think
now
that
without the titles.
I don't know,
They
I
do
just-
tag team
hey,
matches all
I'm
the
here to
time
just-
without the titles.
I'm here to throw out my superior opinions to you two, and
Which
you
is
can try to
absolute
fight.
shite. Your opinion sucks.
But like Sasha and Bailey, they should be fighting other people, not just like
They should
a
be.
tag
They
team.
should be fighting each
They
other.
should be
but
fighting each
they weren't
other.
allowed to for some reason. But at some point, this is going to blow up, and they will. I'm
Well,
sure
we keep saying that about things, but
they
who
will.
knows?
They will fight. But no, why not have a women's tag belts?
Yeah.
Because we didn't. First of all, we didn't need it.
Don't really see the
Yeah.
issue with having
There's
it.
like we have Asuka on SmackDown. Apparently, she's a champion, and we just
Yeah.
found that out again.
And she lost
She was
to-
on this episode.
She lost to Jay Lucky's favorite, Mandy. You know, for someone who hates Mandy, she picked her to win at Elimination Chamber match.
Not just her.
Who won the family picks?
Samantha, and she won $20 on a scratch off.
Jesus.
Yeah.
These prizes are getting out of control.
It was
What
it was a $5 scratch off. She won $20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, well, she had a choice. It was either the $10 Wawa gift card I still haven't spent, or a scratch off. And she picked the scratch off and won $20.
I like her picking the scratch off. You know I would like that.
Yeah,
Well,
she gambled.
Christopher was like, if I win, I'm going for the Wawa gift card.
I at least know that's a win. I know I'm gonna get $10.
yeah, he has to win. And
Next time I see Christopher, I'm going to tell him I don't like him because of that.
Be like, "You
I'm
fool!"
I'll Samantha. Go with the scratcher, kid. You
Well,
change your
You
life.
should have seen her like doing thoughts. She's just like, this says we have 13 viewers right now, by the way. Just telling you that. I just
It's
looked
low.
over.
All
I'm
right,
like,
calm
yeah,
down.
I'm like,
Now
where's all the
now
people
he's
at?
under pressure. He won't be able to.
Yeah.
He's like, on to our next.
No, but you should have seen her like the thought process. She goes, well, I don't really go to Wawa that often, but maybe. And it's just like the whole thought, whereas like you're just like, give me the winnings, and then she won $20. So yeah, Elimination Chamber. I totally fucking.
I actually
bombed.
stayed awake, so that's good.
Yeah, you stayed awake through the whole pay-per-view.
Hey, I was second place.
Yeah, you did pretty good.
Almost. I would have had it.
You
Had
would've had
Kofi
it.
won.
Yep. Yeah, she picked Kofi to win the chamber.
Isn't that crazy? I picked Kofi like before the show even started. I picked Kofi
Yep.
because we did all of our picks before the Elimination Chamber even started.
Yeah. What was the other weird one that you? I forget which one you got that was like strange.
I picked the Usos and nobody else did.
Oh, that's right.
I like the Usos.
You would have picked the Usos.
yeah,
I did
picked
pick
the
Daniel
Usos
Bryan.
and nobody else picked the
Yeah.
Usos.
I picked Daniel Bryan though, so you know, I'm the smartest one of all because he did win.
Not
I don't know.
really.
No comments. Thanks. They don't call them the best color man in the business for nothing.
It was I wasn't involved in these family picks.
All right. Well,
Maybe if you would make actual picks on the episode. You're
Well-
too busy partying it up with 75-year-olds in Key West.
oh my God, they're not 75.
Yeah, and actually, everybody made it sound like it was such an old town. Like I didn't feel that
It was
way.
a mix. I mean, it wasn't.
I was
like,
a mix
it
though,
wasn't
but
a
I
young
didn't.
town.
Yeah, but no,
by
but I
any
didn't
means.
feel like it was Like people said we were gonna be partying with all these really like I didn't feel
Nah,
that way.
I didn't feel that way either. It wasn't super old, but it definitely wasn't like a young party
No,
town.
no, no,
It wasn't
no.
like Vegas or like a college thing.
Well,
You know what I
Vegas, I feel like there's a lot of old people.
Was it Miami?
mean? Or yeah, it
I
wasn't
feel
Miami.
like Vegas is a lot of old.
Yeah, but you know,
Nashville, I feel like it's a lot of young. But then again, that's a mix too.
yeah. The girls. Oh, here. Well, I mean, I know we're gonna go down our list, but the girls did go into a gay bar.
Oh, this is a carryover from our last episode.
Yeah, from our last episode, the conversation was, are the girls going to force us guys to go into
We
a gay
didn't.
bar?
You stood across the street and then just looked extra creepy standing across the street staring into a gay bar.
You didn't go in?
I didn't go in.
You just stood outside?
So what happened
Across
when
the street.
So what happened
Across
when you
the
girls,
street staring inside.
We
So
weren't
they just
staring,
looked-
No, come
They
on.
looked
Give
extra
me a
creepy.
break. We did not
They should have just
stare.
came in.
So
However,
where'd you guys go?
What do you mean? Where did they go?
They went. I thought inside and you were outside.
Yeah, we just stood outside.
we went inside. So what happened was we walked by and we saw a guy rubbing another guy. We're like, "Ooh, let's go in there." So we walked in and we used the bathroom, and then they were mad at us for using the bathroom. Apparently, it's frowned upon for women to go as more than one woman to go into a bathroom. I don't know why, but it is. They said I don't know what the deal is with that.
Is it a single stall bathroom?
Yeah,
That's why.
I don't get it.
Because if there's only one toilet,
But women always go as groups.
Yeah, I
We
don't
go
know.
in every stall together.
I don't. If it's like a single, like you walk into, you open the door and there's a
Yeah.
toilet and a sink. I think those things are supposed to be for one person
Oh, well, we always
because you
go
could
as
be
a
going there
threesome.
for, like, if it's a gay bar, they probably still don't want people having relations in the place. So if you're at a gay bar and you go
Oh.
into a single bathroom,
They
with
think
your
we're having
partner,
relations.
they don't want people probably messing around in there.
Well, as we walked out,
Took
there
a
was a
snack
guy
or something.
sitting at the one on the one bar stool, and there was a guy rubbing him with his pants half down, which I'm assuming is one of the people that worked there, and he was rubbing his back, and his like half his ass was out, and it was like a super hairy ass. So as
You know
we're
how she
walking
feels
by,
about that.
Yep.
anyways,
so as
go
we're
ahead.
as we're walking by,
We'll lose all our viewers with body hair.
no, it wasn't me. But as we're walking by, my one friend decided to stare at his hairy ass. Then we went up to the bar to order a drink, and we couldn't like decide what we wanted to drink because we were the only. It was just that guy rubbing that other guy and us in the whole place.
Oh, so it was like middle
was
of the
super
day.
late.
Yeah, no, it was late at
like
really
2
late
a.m.,
at night.
2:30.
Yeah.
What time of bars closed
3.
there?
3.
Okay,
So anyway, we were just like, so it was kind of awkward. So the one friend's like, let's go. Oh, you know what? I don't have my money. Let's ask the guy, because they were just staring across the street.
Right.
But then as we were walking out, they were yelling at us and they called us snobs.
Yeah, they called snobs in the gay bar.
I've never been called a snob before.
Well, now you found out you are one.
Yeah, apparently.
So why didn't you go in? Especially
Well,
if there's
first of all,
nobody
they said they were just going in to use the bathroom. They weren't going
there.
in to
Oh, that's
dance.
frowned upon. Let
Yeah,
alone
they weren't
using
going
a
in to
bathroom without
dance.
buying anything.
This
No,
was
we
like-
were gonna buy, but
the-
then like
we
it
were
was kind of
gonna
awkward as we
buy.
were standing there.
So wait, it ended up that you went in, used the bathroom together, and
then-
left, and didn't buy anything.
And laughed at a hairy ass on their way out.
Right. I didn't
What
laugh.
else would they call you? You went in to their establishment and used the bathroom, a single stall bathroom with 2 women going into it, and
3.
then
3.
and bought nothing.
Yeah.
It happens.
And they got called.
think they're
and
correct.
and they came out and they're like, "We got called snobs. We got called snobs." But, the problem was not problem, but every time we went out at night, we ended on the fucking whole northern end of the island, and we'd have to walk the one street all the way back. So we would
Duval
pass-
Street.
Yeah.
The main street.
So we'd have to pass all these bars. So we'd have to stop 2 or 3 times to pee or stop to shop or, to look window shop or whatever. So they would just always choose like the emptiest bar to go into. Because you went into another gay bar the last night we were there, right? Didn't you go into Beach? Yes.
Which one was that one?
The one on the same side of the street
Oh,
as the strip club
Yeah,
or the
yeah, yeah,
gentleman's
yeah,
club.
yeah.
And you kind of got harassed. Weren't they banging on the door? there?
Yes.
Yeah. They keep going into one stall bathrooms together.
Right.
And
We
then
do
getting
that
harassed.
everywhere. We
But
do
it's
that
not
around
allowed.
here.
Like,
But you can't go into Sam,
so-
Sam's gonna.
But we like to pee as a group.
but you're going in an
We're
establishment.
conserving water because we only
where-
flush once.
It's expected that
peeing on each other's pee.
that there's a good chance that if you're to a group of girls together, a group of men together, there's a good chance that you're partners. So now you're going in to a
to
bathroom
fornicate.
that's meant for
Yeah, but
one
I
person.
feel like women always pee together.
Yeah, but they're thinking they see 3 same-sex people going in the bathroom together in a gay bar. They're like, well, fornication. But they're going to hog up our bathroom.
I guess.
You're like, oh no, it's okay. We're straight. Don't worry.
Don't worry, we're just here to laugh at your
We're
hairy
just here
asses.
to make fun of your culture and use your bathroom and your water and not buy
I was
anything.
not making fun of anything.
I'm just
I was not making
Playing
fun of
here.
anything.
Holy hell. All right.
Pamela agrees with me.
Oh,
Says
sorry.
Sasha and Bailey. She expects a breakdown.
Yeah,
It probably will.
it
Down
probably
the road.
will. I honestly don't. I think it's going to hold through WrestleMania, though. I don't think you can hold that if you want. If it's really bothering the shit out of you.
No, I'm
man.
just angling.
Okay, it's tough to angle.
I have to re-angle myself.
Oh, you did? Look, oh, God, that's even more sleepy
Yeah,
position.
that's
That's the sleep position.
yeah. The first one is like you're getting ready, and then yeah,
Now this is
Yeah.
like, yeah.
yeah. We'll just tilt the
Once
camera
my
over this
once my
way
head
once.
goes this way and I go,
Yeah, no, it's
the
bad
key is the
news.
mouth open. Once the mouth opens, that's it. Sleep.
All right, let's move down my fancy list
What
here.
about elimination? What else? Elimination chamber.
Elimination Chamber. There were a couple awesome spots. Nia crashed through the plexiglass of one of
I
the,
read about
one of the
that.
things. It was an awesome crash, and it made me realize at that moment that I was going to lose because I picked Nia and Tamina to win. The title.
That's another terrible pick. I feel like these family picks
Super
are just
terrible
throwing out
pick.
stupid things. That's why the kids beat you.
I don't know. I was just because every time I make picks, I try to go with like Daniel Bryan was obviously going to win,
Right.
retain. So I was like, all right, maybe that means if he retains, then there's going to be a bunch of other wacky titles. And I didn't pick Finn Balor to win the Intercontinental Championship.
yeah.
Oh, that was the other one I picked.
Obviously, he was going to beat Leo Rush. That's why Leo Rush was in the match.
I didn't think that they were going to pull the trigger on him losing the title that fast. That's
It's
why.
Bobby fucking Lashley. Who cares? Finn Balor needed something.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know. I guess
I would have won this damn scratch off. Is what I'm trying to
You
tell
would
you.
have. You would
Well, you-
have.
Yeah, you would have lost.
Although you and I would have had a lot of the same picks because you would have
Yeah.
picked the same ones I
Yeah.
picked.
If you move your feet up a little bit more, we could probably get some more viewers. Get them on the camera.
I
don't
can't.
think they can reach
I
up that
can't. They
far.
don't go up
All right,
that far.
according to the screen here, I wanted to talk about Kofi. We
Okay.
talked a little bit out there,
Yep.
but I didn't know what everybody out there's thoughts were on. He's getting, a lot of social media push from other wrestlers. Seth Rollins did it.
Yep.
The New Day members did it. Kofi Mania, that he's been all this time in WWE, and they're saying about giving him basically a shot in the main event at Mania against Daniel Bryan. And now he's in the main event right now, SmackDown in the 6-man tag, and he just got the hot tag spot, to come in against Bryan. So I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's a nice little, story, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either, and I'll tell you the reason I have a problem with this.
I enjoy watching him wrestle.
Because this was Mustafa Ali's spot. It's
Oh.
just they're replacing one flying guy with another flying guy.
I like flying
no,
guys.
And I feel like it would have been all the same exact rhetoric,
So you
except
think-
for the 11 years thing.
So you think that Ali would have been the surprise final? I think that too, honestly, but I don't know if it would have
Well-
went over.
well-
that he would have got this hype. That
No,
Kofi's
Ali was
getting.
already scheduled to be in the chamber.
No. I mean the final guy in the chamber.
Oh.
Yeah, and now he just got a pin on Daniel Bryan with Trouble in Paradise. So I think it'd be crazy if this ended up changing Mania. Everything I read is that Daniel Bryan's opponent has not been chosen yet. They're looking to bring somebody back possibly,
I was reading Cena.
but yeah, that'd be terrible.
It would be awful.
But they're really, these
They're
guys are
pushing
behind
Kofi,
him.
But I'm telling you, I'm fine with it. I'm not saying that
I'm thinking Fastlane. That's gonna be. He's gonna face.
Yeah,
in
look, here comes
Fastlane.
Shane. He's going to announce. See what Shane has to say.
Here we go. Fastlane main event.
You will be defending your WWE Championship against
Oh my God, he's drawing.
It's gotta be Kofi.
It has to be Kofi. Anything he says other than Kofi
It's gonna be
is
booed,
going to be booed.
big time booed. Watch him say Jeff Hardy.
Isn't that awesome? In 2019, Kofi
Yeah.
Kingston's getting
And
again.
R-Truth is the U.S. champion. And
Kofi Kingston's getting a main event at a pay per view.
Yep.
I mean, it won't maybe be the last match, but I was reading a couple different thoughts on that match there. They said that the false finishes that Kofi had were two of the best false finishes in
Oh.
WWE history.
There was that second there where she and I both, because I had Brian and she had Kofi, so we were going at it, and we both thought
Made
that,
you suspend belief. That's
really,
all.
and that's
yeah.
all you need, really.
Yeah.
I mean, and think about it. For as long as we've been watching wrestling, to be able to suspend belief for us like jaded assholes, that's pretty incredible, in my opinion.
Pamela is on Jay Lucky's side here saying girls
course she
pee
is.
together. Get over it, gay bars.
Yes, yes.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
just
though.
a thing. It's a thing.
I don't think it. I think that's maybe like a straight woman thing, but
I don't
I
know.
would
It's
tend to
safety
think
in
that,
numbers.
like,
There's safety in numbers.
what safety you need? It's a single bathroom.
You never know.
There's nobody else allowed in there. Is the point
Doesn't
of
matter.
the single bathroom?
You
You're locked
never
in the
know.
door.
Nope.
You can't.
Doesn't
I
matter.
don't
think
think
you're
you can
wrong
make
on
your
this
own
one.
rules at a new place. I think you got to go by their rules, and if their rules
I think I can
are,
make my own rules anywhere when it comes
It
to
could have had you
peeing.
arrested for trespassing.
I
the
wasn't
worst part
trespassing.
was on the last night, Jeff and I didn't stand across the street. We were standing directly outside the gay bar waiting for them. So it was him and I standing outside the gay bar, just standing there
Like
for
you
like
were looking
15
for
minutes.
some
Like we
action.
were like, oh, I wonder who's going to come out next. Yeah, it was, yeah. So I was like, and it was, again, like 2:30 in the morning because it's always the last stop on the way back. Anywho, all right, you want to move down the list here, Sam? You got the list there in front of
I
you.
have
Who's
the
next?
list. It looks like next is the man. When
The
the man
Man.
comes around.
Yep, Becky
Man, I
Lynch.
love the man.
Oh, she's absolutely in love with it.
I am in love with the man.
Are you loving it? Everything that they're doing, like everything that's going on, you loving it?
I do.
Uh-oh. There's a
I
butt
just
coming.
feel like they're a little bit trying too hard to draw parallels to Stone Cold. Just let Becky
Absolutely.
be Becky.
Nope.
Yeah,
feel
I
the same
agree with
way.
that, but I do like. I like her persona. Like I like it, but I don't. I see what you're saying.
No,
but
I 100% agree. I think we all.
But
all
it's
three of
so
us-
entertaining to watch. I love watching her tweets. I
Yeah.
love seeing the stuff she says, the stuff, and I like when she comes out. I like when, I'm not. I think it sucks that she's not going to be in WrestleMania.
Look at it. Look.
But
What? Wait a second.
did I just say that wrong?
No, you are such a mark. You really think Sasha Banks is going to be in WrestleMania?
Or not. Sasha
I
Banks.
mean, sorry, I was thrown off because TP Poker made a comment about wanting to poke Sasha Banks.
Who doesn't want to poke Sasha Banks? You guys both would poke Sasha Banks.
I mean, I think we poked 99.99999% of the.
we poked pretty
female
much everybody
roster.
except for my pick for the tag team championship.
99.9. Really?
Yeah. Anyway, yes,
Let's get back to this Becky
the
Lynch.
man
You're
is
blo-
going to
look,
main
his
event
head's gonna
WrestleMania.
explode.
No, she's going to, but it's figuring out how. Like right now, I don't know how they're going to do
figuring
it.
out how.
How are they gonna do
She's
it?
in. She's been in the whole time.
Yeah, but they're going to do something. They're going to do something.
They can do whatever they want. It's not real.
They're going to do something. They're going to do something. I just don't know what.
She'll
So-
definitely be in.
They're going to
All right,
ruin
so
it
let's-
for me
let's
because I
reset
like
here.
her so much and they keep making it that I don't get to see her.
So let's reset. So you do think she's going to be at WrestleMania, or you don't? Like, are you fully in?
I'm not
invested in this?
fully.
Like, you think that it's true?
No, well, no, I don't know. I feel like they have to, but there's also the part of me that thinks they're fuckers and they're going to not have her there.
So the hottest thing on in WWE, they're like, we're the McMahons and we're keeping you out of WrestleMania.
Because I feel like they don't mind people. They draw attention when they're hated too, so it doesn't matter.
she's got a point there. They do draw more attention when they have hate on them, but you're
This is
insane
all
to
just
think-
Like people are like, "Oh, I'm going to stop watching if she's not
Right.
in it." But are people going to stop watching? No, they're going to keep watching.
I know, I agree with
And
you.
I feel like they draw attention because then people are like taking to Twitter and Facebook and everything and ranting and and then they get so much attention because they get all this negative attention.
right.
It's a story. Remember
know.
that.
No,
Mark.
I agree, but I'm just saying that there is that possibility.
There's not.
Okay.
Unless Becky's leg falls off.
Which we
Wh-
saw Ciampa almost got his leg fall
Yeah.
tonight.
Which isn't going to happen. She will be in this match. It's going to be a triple threat. Unless.
Which, don't you think it's insane how they've turned it? That remember we didn't want a triple threat, and now we're like, I hope there's a
Everything
triple
Well,
threat.
'cause
turns
they want
into a
Becky.
triple threat.
The majority of people wanted just Becky and Ronda.
Right.
A one-on-one match. Don't get me wrong. Charlotte's amazing in the ring. And I'm sure this match will probably be really good. I think everybody
Charlotte
just
works
wanted to
her way
see
into
Becky
everything.
and Ronda go at it.
She is amazing, but she does work her way into everything. It's always like, oh, this is going to be a one-on-one. Hey, let's add Charlotte to the mix.
Well, hey.
So we have a question here from Hustle Man.
Oh, sorry.
He asks, do y'all think wrestling can ever be as big as it was in the Raw Attitude Era? I will let you go first, sir.
I would say absolutely not. because it was such a part of pop culture. Like it wasn't just like a thing that people watched. It was everywhere. The Rock was on Saturday Night Live. You know what I mean? Like things like that. And I don't think that will ever happen. At least not recent. You know, soon, I should say. You know what I mean? That's certainly not the way they're headed.
It's tough to say because when you think about the biggest wrestling eras, you have the 80s, I mean, you have Hulk Hogan, you have the 90s, and yeah, the Attitude Era where you have, The Rock, Stone Cold, and to an extent you have a rival organization, WCW, with a group, the NWO, that pushed WWE to be creative. So I'm going to say I think it can be.
Really?
Because, and I know you hate them, but there's a rival organization that's starting, AEW, and if they do get their feet off the ground and they do start doing well, maybe this again forces WWE to do something revolutionary. And you just need, like you said, you need those transcendent figures. Now, granted, they leave, like The Rock. Hogan left to go film some movies,
Right,
but
right.
The Rock obviously
Yeah.
The Rock has turned into the top male draw in Hollywood somehow. So you need those revolutionary guys. And as much as people wanted John Cena to be one, he was the leader of his era, but his era didn't hold a candle to the Rock, Stone Cold Attitude Era or the Hogan 80s run.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's just when you're talking about the Hogan era and the Attitude Era or whatever, they were mixed in with pop culture, and I think that's what wrestling's missing now is it's not mixed in. It's like its own sideshow, and I think that would be the way to get it back up.
But do you see the partnerships that WWE's created? They're now, when D-Generation X goes into the Hall of Fame, it's on the sidebar of ESPN's front page.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like, I mean, we could disagree. It's fine, but I feel like it's still treated as like.
Well, they're doing the reality shows too.
But
They have like the reality shows. They have John Cena promoting stuff.
I guess
They have Charlotte go on. They have the Bellas have been on Jimmy Fallon. They've been on.
But
What's the
nobody,
other
I'm
one?
saying the wrestling fans don't care about like.
No,
the
that's what I'm
Bellas.
saying. They don't. But I'm just saying that they're not pushing it like they did back then. But they're.
I'm saying back then there
They
wasn't
try.
reality TV, but people were into the actual wrestling. I'm saying
That-
you need somebody that's transcendent,
right.
like a superstar. And to me, John Cena wasn't transcendent.
No, he wasn't. He was the most popular wrestler of his time, but he wasn't. He was no Hogan, Austin, Rock, anything like that. I don't even know that. But the point I was trying to make. Oh, during the Attitude Era, you could say you were a wrestling fan and you didn't get the disgusting looks like you do now, or like you did.
I think it's just because we were younger in that era.
Maybe.
And they'd be, oh, you're only 15, 17. Okay, it's acceptable to watch wrestling. Now you're pushing 40, and
Yeah.
people are like, you're pathetic for watching wrestling. Fuck them. Ice Smith TV says, why talk about WWE in 2019? Who cares?
You
Don't
would
know
probably
if
agree.
Don't know if he means that wrestling in general or just WWE. But no, yeah, WWE has struggled over the last year.
It struggled, but and like you said with AEW, I think the push, they are going to get pushed. WWE, you're going to see things happen. Like it's not that it's going to be more like raunchy or anything like that, but it's going to be edgier.
They've tried a little
They're
bit.
edgier
trying
product,
here and there.
and it's going to be.
They had the Mandy Rose coming out in a towel.
You're not saying her name right.
What did I say?
Mandy.
Fuck you.
You gotta say it right. That's how it's done.
All right, quick here. Hustleman says, what do we think we'll each give our top finisher of all
Oh.
time.
Oh,
God, what's your favorite finisher of all time?
favorite finisher. Why do I gotta go first every time? You probably already have one in mind.
No, because I get
This
to be
is
the
you.
host of this.
All right, you're right. Okay, I
Opposite
do
of
all
what we
this
normally
shit.
do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
My favorite of all time.
favorite finisher.
The one oh, let's see. Which is my favorite? Like my favorite for entertainment?
Well, just
No,
your
my
no, just
favorite
what's your
my favorite
favorite
would probably be Stone Cold. That's the Stone Cold Stunner.
Stone
Only
Cold
because
Stunner.
he did it with such like enthusiasm, or I don't know, there's like excitement behind it and like fun and anger, and I don't know, I always just loved watching him. That
Yeah.
every time he would do it, you'd always you would feel the like
Do you want to know what mine is? And this is a terrible one to pick because of the Muscle Buster.
You love Samoa Joe.
Well, I do love Samoa Joe, but I love the Muscle Buster, and I also
Well,
like.
he doesn't do it anymore because
I also like the
Tyson
Unprettier
Kidd.
the Christian used to do.
Okay.
Because I feel like that was
Unprettier / kill switch.
Yeah, it would actually drive your head into the thing. I like the moves that look. I'm thinking of moves that I used to pick in 2K, or
Okay.
whatever SmackDown games. That's What about you?
I said only give one. I can't myself.
Gonna go
One of the moves
Hogan
I
leg
used to
drop.
love as a kid, the Razor's Edge.
Okay,
I
that's
always
a
thought
good
that
one.
looked so cool. It was different when the first time I saw Razor Ramon do that, and always like that. And then going back to, I always was a big fan of submission holds too. So one of the first submission holds, I know it's extremely simple, but I used to do it all the time to people as like a kid or my sister. The $1 Million Dream.
Oh, I love that one.
I like the $1 Million Dream.
I like it because it's like a sleeper, but it's got the arm up.
Yeah,
in
and
here.
I like the $1 Million Dream. And then if I had to give you one other one, dude, the leg drop, simple,
Hogan leg drop.
simple.
I knew you were
Back
gonna
when
pick that one.
finishing moves were simple, and I also liked Sergeant Slaughter's what the nickname that people gave it because it looked stupid, but I liked it. The Atomic Noogie is what people called it.
God.
But dude, that would actually, if you took the
I know, your knuckle
and put it into somebody's temple and
Yeah, I know, it'd
freaking
kill.
put them out.
It would
So,
absolutely kill.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
he says Randy Savage elbow drop.
That's a good one.
was great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Classic. I see he likes the stunner. He likes your stunner pick, so that's good.
All right, so we talked about the man. Up next,
DX going to the Hall of Fame. Announced at the very beginning of Raw. I mean, it was already broken by ESPN, as Michael Cole likes to say.
yeah, even though they just feed it to whatever place
Yeah,
so they can
yeah,
get
it
it.
wasn't. Yeah, exactly. But my thoughts on this, I guess
That's what I wanted. Your thoughts.
the precedent's already been set because the Four Horsemen are in, so we can put groups. into
Groups
the
are
Hall.
all going to be. So,
Yeah, groups can go to the Hall of
can get put
Fame.
in
So
double.
next year's right to censor, I assume. So DX in is good for a couple reasons.
Stevie Richards, baby.
I want to see if Billy Gunn shows up.
He's in. They already announced it.
Okay, because he's with AEW
Right,
right, now.
right.
He's a
I'm sure
coach
they
with
worked something
AEW,
out,
and
yeah.
he's like a drug. Wasn't he? Didn't he fail the wellness
I
or
mean,
something
yeah,
like that?
but that's happened with a ton of those guys.
I know. I'm just saying. Those couple things against him, plus China getting in.
That's
this is
really
the way
what
she
I
can get
think
in.
This is a lot of the reason this because if they're not putting her in solo, but they're finally acknowledging, and she should have been in solo
be in, yeah.
because of what she meant to the industry and what she
Yeah.
did as a female.
Yep.
Especially with this whole revolution. But yeah, I read originally that this year they were planning the group that was going to go in. They might be doing a group every year.
Okay.
Was going to be the Heart Foundation.
Oh, they
It was
should be
gonna
in as well.
It
'cause
was
then
going to
Owen
be
can
the
get in.
Anvil. Of course, he doesn't get the. It sucks. Like we wait for somebody to die, and then they give him these like China's dead, Anvil's dead. Why, if they plan on putting them in, instead of doing it as this person passed moment, let's let these people enjoy it while they're alive.
Well, yeah. The thing is, there are some guys that should be in as part of a group and not on their own. Like, I don't know that the Anvil would be.
Yeah,
a
but
Hall of
why
Famer
not
on
put
his
the
own.
fucking Heart Foundation when he's alive? Jimmy
Oh,
Hart,
yeah, okay,
Bret
I see
Hart,
your
and the
point,
Anvil
yeah.
Neidhart.
Well, I guess they figure Owen's already dead. So like,
Well, Owen's not in the Heart Foundation.
oh, you're talking
They're
about
talking about the original Heart Foundation.
oh, the
Jimmy
old
Hart,
school. Oh, I
Bret
thought you
Hart,
meant like
Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
the
Yeah,
Attitude
Owen
Era.
won't go in because the thing in this family. We don't need to get into that, but yeah, Owen won't be in for some time.
So you like that DX is in?
I do.
mean, I know you're a big DX person. You like
Yes,
that whole
yes.
era, the whole thing there.
I do.
I'm excited to have X Pac in there. I mean, just there's guys that I don't know that X Pac is a Hall of Famer, but
No, I think he is.
I mean,
Had a bunch of different
he's
title
memorable.
reigns.
Memorable. Probably the best European champion there ever was. Okay, so we all agree that's a good thing. Good,
Yes.
especially good for China. All right, next up on the list, I got to talk about that Monday Night Raw last night.
Yeah, you were.
Fucking Lafayette, Louisiana.
Most of the
I don't wanna ever
Twitter
go
was
there.
just going off on how bad the crowd was. Again, I only saw a little bit of Raw, but the parts I did see, I was like, wow, this crowd's complete. And Triple H was almost kind of like, you could see looking around like he tried to wait for like a chant,
Yeah,
and nothing would come.
Everything that happened, there would be no cheer. And I wasn't just following Twitter. I was sitting here bitching about the crowd, and then I was like, I'm going on Twitter and complaining. And then I was like,
Voice
oh.
my
And I was like,
thoughts.
oh, everybody's already complaining about it. But it was really lousy. It was like every wrestler in the ring was trying to make an announcement or say something. Like when Sasha and Bailey came out to talk about how great it is to be the first, and they even did your first women tag team championships. The crowd was like, bravo, excellent,
Golf
excellent work
claps.
for you. Hey, way to go.
Yeah,
It was hard to watch. It honestly was, and especially with, we'll talk about it then, the NXT call-ups that came in. It was like, what the fuck? No pops. I don't need a huge pop, but
Did they say where they were last time? Like, because like Vince's whole thing back in the day was if we're in a shit town, we don't say we're in a shit town. Like the other week where they were like Cedar Rapids or whatever, and they actually said it. Back in the day, what they would do is like if they were in some Midwest town that nobody ever heard of, they wouldn't say where the show was coming because Vince didn't like to acknowledge they were in like a small town.
Oh, okay. No, thinking back, I don't remember. I only knew it was Lafayette because it was all over Twitter. You know what I mean? I didn't know exactly where it was till I looked it up, but it was legit dead. And the people that were there in the arena, you
Like,
saw.
how did they get a Raw? Was it just because the proximity?
And they
of
said
the
there was only like
Elimination
6,000 people there. Like it was, I think it was just because that, and then SmackDown was probably already booked for New Orleans the next day.
Chamber? Yeah.
So I don't know how that happened. Maybe they were supposed to both be in New Orleans, and maybe like basketball. I don't know. You know, it could be any number of things, but it was definitely the worst crowd I think I've ever seen. And that's counting the Pittsburgh crowds you like to shit on all the time.
Yeah, just because they're terrible.
On the
crowds.
good news, on the good side, good news, whatever. All the upcoming Raws between now and WrestleMania, it's like Philly, Chicago,
yeah,
Pittsburgh,
and real
New York.
towns.
Yeah,
that like care about wrestling.
exactly.
And if the show's good,
right.
we'll let you know. If the show's shit, they'll let you know.
And that's what I wanted. Like, there was just nothing. Like, there wasn't anything that could get that crowd going.
Like
And they
CM
tried.
Punk makes a return, and they were just gonna sit there and be like,
Yeah.
"I want some gumbo."
There wasn't even any chanting. There was no CM Punk chants.
Oh,
There was-
you were even looking for that.
I
You
was
hated
fine with
it.
that. And just give me something. Give me something to work with. They were just dead silent. We somehow we went to bed before it ended, actually. So I just didn't. It makes what's going on seem less important.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it really does. Whether those matches were good or not, I wouldn't know because it just feels less important. It's like when we do a broadcast for nobody. It feels less important. You know what I mean?
We have some somebodies.
We do have some somebodies and continue to talk. Pamela, we're glad to have you back. I know you were messaging us about seeing us back this week. We're excited to have you back, one of our loyal listeners. Next up, Shane and Miz lost the titles.
Shane Miz?
Shane Miz?
Sheamus?
Sounds like saying Sheamus.
Shane
Yeah, I
Miz.
don't like that.
Shane and Miz.
It's a
No.
terrible name.
The world's greatest tag team of all time, ever, as noted by the Crown Jewel thing. Anyways, lost the titles at Elimination Chamber, which I did not expect, although you said you would have picked the Usos.
I picked the Usos.
Because I figured, like, at some point, this is leading to Shane versus Miz. at
Well, I
Mania.
thought that too, but I just thought it wouldn't happen until Fastlane. I didn't think that we needed 2 months of this build-up. So now they're going to have a rematch against the Usos at Fastlane, and apparently Miz's dad is going to be there.
Yep.
And it's going to be in Cleveland, which is his hometown.
Which
so it's
is.
like it's all setting up to be the perfect
What
super.
do you think's gonna happen?
It's gonna be a super turn by
I-
Miz. He's gonna
yeah.
fucking punch his dad in
Because
the dick.
he's been
and
well.
he's gonna knock
no,
down
no,
Shane.
Well, why can't him and his dad double team Shane?
No.
Maybe at Mania it's Shane and
Why
Vince
does he have
versus
to punch his dad in the
Miz
dick?
needs to turn against his dad.
Why?
Because he needs to be super heel.
and then have Mrs. Dad in Shane's corner at
Yes,
Mania.
absolutely.
I was thinking you go Miz
I'm
and
down with that.
Miz and Mr. Miz versus Shane and Vince.
And then at WrestleMania, Miz's dad does something to screw over Shane to get Miz. to win.
Maybe something, but I mean, if we're talking crazy storylines, I'll throw that out there. I think that Miz gets mad at his dad for only being proud of him for this accomplishment, and
Yeah, which by the way, this storyline is extremely
So
stupid.
stupid.
As much as I like the Miz, and I know he didn't write this, but I assume, his dad would only be proud if he won the tag title, not main eventing Mania. And I'm sure he'll mention you weren't even proud of me when I beat John Cena at
Right,
WrestleMania.
exactly.
And
That's what I'm
it
saying.
makes no sense.
and it's all there. It's there. The story is ready. It's just they need to act on it. And I think turning against your own dad in your hometown, you could be the ultimate asshole, right?
I rather Shane turn, but
Well, we all would rather Shane turn, but it just doesn't work because the beginning of his music
because I like the Miz.
gets people fired up. So, all right, did you have anything else to add about Shane and Miz? I mean, it was a quick just thing I wanted to throw up there, but you think you're good now? All right, next up on the list is Fastlane.
Because there's got to be a Shane match every year at Mania.
Well, every year at Mania, and he could do the coast to coast. He tried to do two
This-
an elimination
The
chamber.
Shane match is taking over. Before we have every year has to be a Taker, has to be a Trips, has to be a Shane. Now we're down to just a Shane, and maybe who knows what's going on with Trips. I'm thinking next week. Next week is Ric Flair's 70th,
It is.
and that would be another reason to have Batista
Ooh.
at Raw. So maybe if Triple H is, what did he tear this time?
Pac.
His pack.
I think.
Yeah.
Pac or
If his,
bicep.
if his pack's better
Something that
and Batista signs for a match at Mania, maybe we get
Biceps.
some more of that.
Mine hurt. My biceps hurt. You should feel these rocks. It's fucking.
Why
I don't
do
want you
biceps
to,
hurt?
because I did body pump yesterday,
Yeah, okay.
and she's like, you can lower your weights if you want. And I'm like, fuck that. And I plowed through it, and now I'm huge. I have to keep them covered up. I don't want you to feel inadequate. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah. There you go. Anyways, next Monday I might be playing basketball.
He wouldn't show him anyway because he'd have to take off his shirt or
Correct.
at least wear something sleeveless.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard basketball Mondays now. It's disappointing for me having darts.
Yeah, basketball. I didn't get to tell you this. Yeah, basketball is now only Monday from now until the end of March, because of like some kind of playoffs or something that they're doing there at Body Zone. So I'll probably get to play a little bit, but you know, whatever. It'll only be on Monday nights. I missed a little bit of Raw. So I just wanted to put Fastlane on here. I'm going to put Fastlane on every week leading up to Fastlane, just so we remember to keep it in our minds. So maybe you actually watch a fucking pay-per-view every now and then.
I mean, it was
We're gonna
bad.
do picks this time.
We will. We'll do picks.
Well, wait. What if you have your 2 or 3 more vacations between now and WrestleMania?
Hey, you never know. It might happen. We are looking to go to opening day in Pittsburgh. That's not really a vacation, but it's still a night away.
We might miss a week because of the recording.
Yeah, you never know. Well, let's not worry about that. It's neither here nor there. Fastlane is quickly approaching, only 3 weeks out. And now we've got our Kofi and Daniel Bryan match set. We've got our Shane Miz
No,
versus
no.
this is the Usos match. So this pay-per-view actually might turn out to be something.
No,
You don't think?
no.
Right before Mania, it's supposed to pump it up. It's going to be good shit.
I mean, maybe it'll solidify some matches. Can we talk about? I didn't rot again. I read, but can we talk about how it's 7 weeks away from Mania and Raw had to like? I feel like, and again they were on SmackDown again tonight. Out of nowhere, NXT's just now on SmackDown and Raw. Like
Let's talk about that.
no
real
rhyme
quick.
or reason kind of behind it. I feel like.
Can I go to my other graphic that I created?
Yes.
With the call-ups. So yeah,
Wow.
NXT is now on SmackDown and Raw for whatever the fuck reason. These 4 gentlemen that you see on your screen right now here on Twitch, Ricochet, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa are now being called up, and they're just thrown into random matches. Do you think this is just a showcase for them, just to like show what we've got on NXT, or is this
The showcase of the Immortals,
what
WrestleMania.
What are you thinking? And who are you talking to there?
Dude, I'm on the fucking thing. Like you'll see
Well, you
it
gotta
come
keep-
up on the screen.
Well, but I can't remember. I'm old.
You
Like,
just got new contacts.
yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I'm
what-
trying to interact with our audience.
Well, that's good work.
And I can talk. Just let me have my head down and type.
Yeah.
So
Just let me have my head down on a video podcast. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I'm busting your balls. Just go.
but he's talking to the people on the video
Yes,
podcast.
I know. I'm just busting his balls.
he's a fuck. He's a fuck. So what were we
I'm a
talking about
fuck.
now? 'Cause
No, I was just talking about, do you think this is just like a showcase for NXT, or is this actually these guys being called up?
I think it's just like was a willy-nilly plan.
You're like, there is no plan.
No, just to basically get them some mainstream or main audience publicity. I was trying to say to you, like, it's like, you know how, and again, I'm not a comic book guy, but people explain like different comic books have different universes. So it might all be like Batman, but in this Batman, he's this, and in this Batman, are you a comic book guy? Do you understand like
I know what you're saying. I don't read them, but
like
yeah, I
how
know
the
what you're talking
universes
about.
are different?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like and like to me, I wonder is like, are we gonna at some point have different? Now they brought their belts, but
that was nice.
I like is it part of Canon's storyline? Like I don't know. Like so we talked about this the other week. We're gonna have a segment called The Rules,
Yeah.
and this to me we're breaking rules here because if they're on NXT, why are they coming up with and they're beating established
They are.
main roster guys.
They're
of
fucking
right-
beating the tag team champions.
right who just won the belts. You know, and now we're getting a great push. Aleister Black's getting a big push.
Yep.
But if they just get sent back down to NXT, I mean, maybe that helps NXT guys, but I just don't know where they're going with it.
See, I don't think it's a showcase for NXT. I think it's these guys are being called up to say these guys are coming. And I think that what they'll do is they'll have matches here and there between now and WrestleMania. And or in our pre-show prep, I told you I think that they're going to do a new draft or a redraft. And now we'll be like, oh man, where's Aleister Black going to end up? You know what I mean? Like I think it'll be now exciting when Aleister Black gets drafted to Raw or SmackDown.
See, I kind of
Or at least that's the point.
I feel like this took a lot of the fun out of new guys. Like there wasn't like a surprise, like, oh my God, Aleister Black
Yeah,
is
but
here.
nobody would give a shit, is my point. Because especially Lafayette, nobody cares if Aleister
That was
Black
a bad
is,
place to do.
It was it was the worst place.
because they got no reaction, and like the worst thing you want to have with these new guys is to immediately like their new factor to wear off, and nobody cares about them.
Yeah, like EC3. Like you said, the first round of call-ups, nobody
Well, that
cares
makes
now.
me feel like it's the thing. Like it's like they did all these vignettes,
Yeah.
and then first of all, the prime guy that they were really looking to push doesn't even ever show up because of his whatever he's got going on mentally, and now, I mean, I don't want EC3, who I'm a big champion of, to get like glossed over. Like we were talking about, they have too many damn talented
They have too many people. Yeah.
and it's a problem I guess you'd love to have, but like until you figure out how to utilize them all and make sense of it, it doesn't,
And maybe just shake it out and see what the best is. Put that on Raw and SmackDown and put everybody else on NXT and let it be a true minor league development thing.
then it wouldn't be if you're just putting like guys that you don't think are.
But like,
any
couldn't you
good.
put? I guess. But like, couldn't you? I think it would be cool to have a league. I'm calling it a league, whatever, whatever, of like NXT where you could send like say a Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, and they go down and they have matches, and then they're ready to get called back up. Wouldn't that be kind of like a cool thing, or am I just thinking too much baseball?
You're thinking too much like
baseball.
because
All right.
you're a baseball guy.
All
I
right.
think that NXT is meant to be a developmental territory.
Okay.
And some of these guys don't really even need it, and it seems like from watching NXT when I do, the NXT matches are entirely different than WWE.
They're completely
style,
different, yeah.
Which is weird because originally my thought was going to be NXT would just teach these guys how to work WWE style matches,
Nope.
but they're a little bit different. Now probably it does help them some, but they are definitely different in the styles of matches they work. I do need to see this chamber match because everything I'm hearing like is that it was something different. It was one of the best chamber matches.
It was so good. It was everybody did their own thing.
And they said the last two, Brian and Kofi just tore down the house.
And
Did
Joe was laying those chops into Daniel Bryan. It was fucking awesome. I gotta tell you.
I asked who everybody's favorite call up is. Pamelot says I don't really know the guys, but heard Johnny Gargano's name a lot, so I guess him. Sorry if you've already finished this conversation. No, we have not.
We have not.
So my favorite call up again, of these four, the two people that I knew of prior to coming to WWE were Ricochet and Johnny Gargano, and Gargano is a local guy. That's why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, he wrestled a bunch. I mean, we're in Pennsylvania. There's a bunch of indies around here, so that's
Okay.
I had heard of him. And then Ricochet was just like an internet
She's
phenomenon.
starting to rustle around, which means she's getting tired. Sorry. I keep catching her yawning out of the corner of my eye.
I know. Stop looking at me.
I'm sorry.
So I'm probably most excited though for Ricochet.
Really? See, he's too flippy for me.
Oh, what are you,
does-
Jim Cornette over here?
It just does too much flips. I mean, I just don't need that much flips. You love that stuff.
Love
And I told her when he
that.
came up, I was like, this is going to be your new guy.
I love people that toss themselves around and do really cool things.
Then
I
why
told
are
her-
you with John?
I
know,
do cool
right?
shit.
No,
Well, you don't flip yourself around.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Can you start working on it
Start flipping?
Yeah.
I'll show you some flips later.
with
So-
one shirt?
No, sorry. 2 shirts only.
He did wear one shirt one day on vacation.
I did.
A single shirt.
Single
One
shirt.
day, a single button-down shirt, nothing underneath.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I know, right?
It was
one time,
disgusting.
Sam. One time.
You should have seen. I was.
That's
just-
because you were comfortable
they-
around your seniors.
They barely let me into the club. They're like, "No, I'm sorry, sir," and she had to vouch for me. By vouch, I mean show a boob. So
That didn't happen.
none of that happened. Actually,
Yeah.
none of that
Yeah.
whole story.
Nobody would really
That's,
care about my boob.
What are you talking about? I'm not gonna.
They'd be like, "Where's break out my microscope?"
Oh my God, that's mean. You don't be mean to them.
Them?
I'm most excited for Aleister Black. I think he has that thing, like.
Like, hey, my
Just
dad
draw-
was in a religious cult thing.
No, you bitch. That you see him in the ring and you're drawn to him. You're like, oh, this guy looks cool. He's got the look. He's got the.
He's got
entrance
8,000
music.
tattoos.
He has the entrance music. He can do moves. He's the best pure striker. In the,
And he's not comfortable with being part of the status quo.
oh my God, I can't stand. And I'm paraphrasing what something I read on Twitter or I was watching a video, but they can't put him on Raw because Michael Cole, his commentary will destroy him because they keep saying, make him sound like he's like an emo teen. Like he's just like, he doesn't like the norms of society and he listens to dark music and wears his hair funny. Like, I don't want that to be.
That's Pim, though.
It is, but I don't want them to drill it into our heads
Yeah.
like over and over. I want them to talk about. Actually, you made a good point. I almost hit you again. I can't
Yeah.
stop fucking
You keep
hitting
you keep touching him. It's kind of weird.
I'm touching his shoe. I didn't actually touch his body, his person. Because remember, you're my person.
Well, yeah, that was big touching for him. He doesn't do a lot of touching.
I know,
I
but he's been
don't.
touching you a
He can
lot.
stroke a foot, though. I'll tell you what.
I can.
That's his thing.
She could tell you.
He's been touching you a lot, Sam.
I know.
Whoa.
I know how to rub a foot.
Why don't we just change the
Apparently, he missed you.
the Twitch
Either
stream
that
to
or he
that?
was staring into too many gay bars.
He's curious.
Come on, let's
Hey,
go
nothing
down.
wrong with
We're
curiosity.
going down a road that we don't need to go down. It just first of all, I haven't seen the kid in 2 weeks. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been.
It's been 2 weeks, which you've probably been like, thank God.
Yeah, I've been like this.
You've been-
Very
yeah,
happy.
I understand, but I didn't get to do the podcast and kind of missed it a little bit. Wanted you to come over here and eat my turkey burgers and drink my grape soda.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah,
It's a good turkey burger.
yeah,
though,
it was a
wasn't
good turkey burger.
Fucking
yeah.
know how to cook.
Except for that damn mustard container.
Yeah, I'm like, here, Sam, go ahead and make your own burger. I put the burger on the bun for him. Next thing I heard is, oh.
Well, the goddamn the mustard water is a fucking thing. I know it, but every once in a while you're like, maybe there's not. So I dump it. The water comes out. Whatever. I go to shake it. I put the cap on, but it's a Giant brand mustard. Okay, so their cap
it?
don't work for shit. So
Yeah.
when you shake it, if you're not holding the cap with your finger, it just flies open and
I
mustard
walk into
starts
the
going
kitchen.
everywhere.
Giant brand mustard?
No, you know what I think it is? I think it's leftover mustard from like the beach last year.
Oh, leftover mustard.
No.
'Cause
I
it's-
bought
it's
mustard
essentially,
recently.
what was the
Well, it's
fucking,
good to
what's the
get-
brand?
That's Giant brand.
But what was it called? Essentials something?
Essentials, or maybe it's Redner's brand.
Redner's.
Oh,
I
it's
think it's
Redner's
Redner's.
brand.
Well, Redner's don't even have a brand usually. That's like their
Essential
private
everyday.
label.
Uh,
that's a bunch
I walk
of-
into the kitchen and there's just like look like fucking
All right, that's Redner's.
explosion.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, I usually don't buy store brand unless you
doesn't.
picked it up for me. For
Yeah, I
something.
probably bought it. It's probably 50 cents versus 59 cents.
I
and it's
say I
like,
never buy.
French's.
Yeah.
I buy French's.
All right, so we blew through the topics. My list of topics over here. We still got people viewing us here. What else you guys got to add to the conversation here before we wrap things up this evening?
Anything else going on in the world of wrestling or life or?
I feel like we touched on all that.
Yeah, I
good
mean, we
stuff.
definitely touched.
Oh, we touched.
You guys have been touching a
Every
lot.
time
Yeah,
we
all
touch,
night.
I get.
I mean, I'm not judging, but you guys have been touching a
Yeah,
lot.
you're not. I slap
Actually,
his
I
shoe.
lie. You've been touching Sam. Sam hasn't touched you once.
Well, who would? This just proves my theory once again. Who the fuck would touch me? The only reason she
I've
does
said that for years.
I know. The only reason she does is to give off warmth,
Yeah.
and she'll admit that. She would sleep on the whole other side of the bed if I wasn't there to give off
If you weren't
warmth.
so warm
Yeah.
because the body mass.
Because the body mass and the body hair, I just keep it all in, and I'm like, here, have some.
Your disgusting body hair.
It's just, you could just cut
Making
off the
fun
red-
of. We were talking about this earlier in the week, I believe, about a hairy ass. I mean, you on a text.
Yeah.
At least I was, and here we
Wait.
find. Here
You
I
guys were
find
texting
out.
about your hairy asses.
Here I find out that these women again. They make. See, the thing is, women are actually meaner than men.
They are. Oh.
No, here's the thing.
No, they are.
I
Women
kind
are
of
meaner than
expected
men.
to go into a gay bar, see the male like naked men.
Wait a
but-
second. Time out. This was a gay strip club?
Well, it wasn't a strip club, but the guys were naked. They were walking around in their underwear, and the underwear was half down.
Okay, I mean, I've been in ones before where they like serve you in like a Speedo.
They were wearing speedos, but they were or thongs, but they were half pulled down. Kind of like when you see female strippers on stage and they
Okay.
wear their like G-string half down their butt.
Gotcha.
And I always think that looks really.
So you
awful.
guys went in there. They went in there specifically to
To
check
look
out
at the
gay
man.
guys'
right.
dicks.
Yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with
No,
that.
not their dicks, but just to see like what it was, like what it was all about. We
Just
wanted to see what
the
was going
dicks.
on in there because there was a stage.
To stare at bulges. Yet she claims she doesn't look
Finn
at
Balor
Balor's
doesn't have a
bulge.
bulge, from what I understand.
Please.
Listen,
Anyway,
you guys forced me to look at it. I
women
never
are worse
looked at
than
it.
men. This is my
When
point.
it comes to bodies,
But
yeah.
I was kind of just not expecting a hairy ass because like I pictured waxing.
Like hot gay men.
No, not hot, but like I just didn't picture
Well
hair.
kept.
She
I
doesn't.
think
she-
because
no.
when women are stripping, like imagine
This
if
isn't
you
a
would
strip
see
It's not a
club.
strip club.
I know, but like even to see a woman,
You don't know anything about
walking
gay
around
culture.
with like a big bush hanging out. I feel like it would not be.
Did you
acceptable.
not know? Like, so, like, there was a
I just
our
can't believe.
former network which was the Tapped Out Podcast Network,
Oh, nice plug
recently
there.
had an interview with and the guy's name, his Twitter name at least, is Paro, and he's a giant dude, and he's like one of basically the only or one of the first, I guess not the first, but one of the out gay male wrestlers. But he's not what you would stereotypically or people think in their mind as a gay dude. Looks like he's like 6'5", like 280, hairy. So I think in your mind, every gay guy was what people would consider the twinkish gay type.
No,
which
because
is,
these guys are performers, sort
let me
of.
finish I think your stereotype of a gay man is all the twinkish gay type, which is the very well manicured, very slender gay male. Whereas there's also the bears, and the bears are the larger gay males that are very hairy.
Yes, I know that.
So why wouldn't you think that there'd be some of those there? Because when you go to a strip club,
Yes, there's the bears and there's the otters.
Wow,
What?
she knows the whole.
What's an otter?
Look, she's gonna
the
educate
male
you
that
now.
the male that I thought I was going to be seeing at the gay bar.
They're called otters.
Yeah,
look at
Aren't
you
they
two.
called twinks?
no. In the animal like whatever thing.
I
it's
can't
otters.
We really need to get it. We should have Power on so we can educate us about the gay community. But anyway, going back to my point, when you go into a female strip club, there's all sorts of usually different types of females
Not
there.
hairy.
Oh my
What?
god.
Yeah, there's I mean, there's girls.
I've never seen a hairy.
You've never seen a girl with
female.
a bush.
No, not
I-
at the strip club.
I've seen plenty of bushes at a strip club.
There
Okay.
wasn't at that shitty one we went to in Colombia.
No,
There were huge girls.
they were huge
Yeah,
girls.
huge girls, white girls, black girls, Spanish
No
girls,
hair.
Asian girls. You've never seen a bush at a strip club?
Never.
Wow. Yeah. I'm a strip club veteran, and there's bush at strip clubs.
Okay, well I've never seen it.
Now, I'm not saying that she's got like leg hair, but I'm sure over in Europe they probably do.
We are a wrestling podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We're not just here to talk about strip
And our
clubs.
viewers are at -6.
Yeah, we've somehow cut our viewers in half, our live viewers. I don't know how that happened.
We went down a rabbit hole.
They either it's too late at night, or we insulted them, or they just were like,
We
"What the
kept
fuck
Jay
did
Lucky
I tune
awake,
into?"
though.
Yeah, actually, yeah, we woke her up. That's how we got to keep her awake. I guess that's what we're due from now on. And here's Jay Lucky with Jay Lucky's Corner. Why are gay men hairy? I don't get it.
I did not say that.
That's what.
That's essentially what you said.
I am
You did not
saying I
expect.
just expected because when I could, I didn't expect it with being like performing. I don't know. I feel like, but then again, I've never seen a hairy female stripper.
They're not
yet.
performing. It's a
They're walking
bar.
around
It's
There
serving
is a
drinks.
stage there.
I guess I didn't go in, so I don't know. But I
are
thought it
they
was just a
doing?
bar.
No,
Why
there was
didn't
a
you go in? I
stage.
need
They
to know
just
about
They just had to go pee.
there
I
was
wasn't
nobody
gonna
on
go in there.
there was nobody on the stage, but there was a stage, like a stripper stage, like pole and all.
What's the name of this place?
To be fair, I wasn't going to go into any bar
don't
that they were
know.
going to, whether gay or straight, because I just wanted to go home. You know, when I get to that point, I just want to go home. So I was just walking them home, and they go pee, and they just happened to only
I
want
think
to
she
pee
thinks
in
because
gay bathrooms.
These
that
these men were barely dressed that they were going to be strippers or performers. You go into like
They were like young, like I don't know. They looked like they were
this is
not even
offensive.
like.
What if you go into
Sorry if that noise.
you go into a
is too
place where there's women that are
I
scantily
have
clad? I don't assume they're strippers.
No, but this place, I mean, it was a stripper stage and a stripper pole.
We went to Hooters once, and she tried to give ones down a girl's shirt, and she just thinks all
I
servers are.
did not.
Or Tilted Gilder, all
Yeah.
those places called.
The worst was when she did it at Ruby Tuesday. Anyways,
You know what? I can't wait for the LGBTQ to watch this episode and
ban
inform
us
her
and get us
about-
kicked off of Twitch.
and inform her about the terrible things she did. A, she tried to use their bathroom without paying for anything, and B,
That's probably the biggest offense.
No, I was gonna buy a drink.
and
but
B, she was mad that 3 girls can't go into a
yes,
single
I don't
toilet by
understand
themselves.
that. I
And
still
C-
I don't understand why 3 girls would go into a bathroom with only one toilet.
we do it all the time, everywhere.
You don't.
Yes,
So
we
you're
do.
telling
They
me-
do it everywhere.
No,
Honestly,
no,
they do.
No, you're telling me.
But they didn't know the etiquette at the gay bar. So.
You're telling me at let's just pick a normal place, any Joe's Bar, and if you go in there and there's 3 stalls, all 3 go into the same stall.
No, they don't do the
Yes,
same
exactly. Well, that's what.
Well, we did.
If there's only one open,
So there's
if there's only one open, we all just go in there and just take turns.
that's fucked. What?
weird.
We do it
That's
all the time.
stupid. You literally you
There's
think
no
about yourself at a
room.
stall. There's no room.
There's room.
Why wouldn't you just stand outside the stall and wait?
I don't know. We've done that too, but sometimes we just go in.
Whatever.
incredibly
The point
confused.
Is,
You know, when we record these episodes, I think to myself, what's the highlight I'm
get off
gonna
on tangents.
Well, no, I'm gonna because I like to cut like 1 or 2 minute
Yeah.
clips. There's like 20 in this episode of and it's just Jay Lucky's confused bathroom.
I know girls like to go to the bathroom together, but my point is when there's only one toilet in there, there's no.
I need to know if this is an every girl thing. Pamela, are you still
She
on
already
the line?
said
She
yes.
did, but I'm saying I don't think that if when you open the door, it's a single toilet with no actual stall that would be a thing where girls all are going to pile in together.
Well, no, they do that all the time. I did not know about this whole stall
Well,
thing.
at somebody's house, they all go to that's a single. They
I
all
think
go
a
into
house might just be different for some reason. I don't know why, but if we were like at Jody's house and you had to pee,
You're
and it's
not
not
all
like
piling
following you
into
up
the bathroom.
No, it's different. Just when we're out, because we take our pee opportunities, we call them. Like if somebody has to
Now
pee and I
they've
don't really
named
have to, I'm like, well, I better go now. That way I don't have to go later. So like we call them our pee opportunities, and we go pee.
Like I've just been in so many bathrooms. Like I know male bathrooms, but at a bar like that, basically where it's going to be a sink, a toilet, and not much else. Like,
Dude, when I go to
There's
the
no
when I
chatting.
go in the men's room, I'm just pissing. I'm like, please don't let anybody come in here right now.
We
I
go
just-
in like gas station bathrooms together too.
that's a little different.
No, because it's single stall.
It might be single stall, but you're at a gas station, maybe in the middle of nowhere. This is at a bar where they're thinking that patrons
what is
of the same sex.
what is the point of going?
Well, why can't I have sex in a gas station bathroom? Why is it only bar
Probably,
bathrooms?
I mean, they probably just don't.
The question is it a gay gas station? That makes the
oh,
difference.
stop! There's no.
the gas station probably doesn't want you having sex there. I'm sure some truckers do some things, but I don't think
There goes
any
our trucker audience.
I don't think any establishment wants you having sex in their bathrooms.
We're not having sex. We're peeing.
But you're at a gay bar, and your 3 girls that are coming in and just running into the bathroom. Like they may think something's going on. That's
have to
probably why
pee.
I'm guessing they have a single.
And why they called you snobs on your way out?
Probably that was because
Was it the bathroom or was the laughing at the hairy ass?
I think
thing?
it's the laughing at the hairy ass. Plus, bitches
was
came
no
in,
laughing,
used
just
our
looking.
bathroom, and didn't buy a single thing.
Maybe.
She's not denying that she looked and probably judged the hairy ass, but I think the bathroom definitely attributed to
So
that. a
now
little bit.
you know you better shave that thing, keep that tight.
I'm not shaving my ass, man.
I mean, he better.
First of all, my underpants don't come off, so I don't have to worry about it.
What do you mean your underpants don't come off?
They don't come off.
What do you mean they don't come off?
What do you mean they don't come off?
Well, I mean, they come off, but nothing's going on back there, so I don't want to get into this. I really don't want to get into this. We've already gone down so many fucking roads. I really don't. We got some chat shit. Would you just pay attention to that? Let's not talk about my hairy ass right
We
now.
got, let's see, Pamela says, I'm only seeing clips.
Oh, she's only seen clips.
Okay.
Of our show.
Girls share toilets unless one is throwing up, then we stand outside. See, I would, even if only one girl, we both still go in the same,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's fucked. I never heard of that. I seriously didn't know the stall.
I understood like the talking like through the door while one's in
Yeah.
the mirror or at the sink or whatever, or while you're doing whatever in the mirror. But I would think if it was a single shot that it would be like, all right, well, we're not all going to go in. Like,
Why the hell will we all cram into one stall? That'd
Yeah.
be ridiculous.
Anyway,
Whew. Well, I'm exhausted after this episode. I'm sure you guys are.
it's getting
tired
late
from
out there
watching.
too.
It is getting late
Let's
out
put
there.
a bow on this.
We will put a bow on this. As always, we want to thank our live Twitch audience for tuning in tonight every Tuesday night at 9:30 Eastern Time on Twitch. If you're listening to us on the podcast, that is twitch.tv/wrestling_dorks. If you're watching us on Twitch and you didn't get to catch it all, like Pamela, you can catch the replay, full replay, and I edit it down like the beginning and ending. It's on YouTube. Search Wrestling Dorks on YouTube. You can subscribe to us there and catch the whole thing. I will put highlights and clips of this episode up on our Twitch feed as well, so you can catch bits and pieces. The full audio for your listening pleasure as you're traveling out there, going on one of your mini vacations, is available on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play, and Spotify. If you want to follow some hot high school basketball action, you want to follow Sam.
Probably shouldn't say hot and then like high school.
I mean, the action. Come on. I said the action is hot, not the.
Yeah, I got.
players.
I had a game yesterday, and I have 2 more games this week, Thursday and Friday. So
Yeah, follow him on Twitter at @TheRealAskCav. Up to 1,400 followers.
no,
What are you at?
600 something.
Oh, I thought you were going like shooting through the roof.
I am. When we started this podcast, I had like 200 something.
So the podcast has helped you.
No, it's mostly people that care about sports, but
Oh.
But the thing is, I'm not a follow to get followers guy.
Yeah,
so
no, neither
all
way.
my stuff has been pretty much just people that
We are on
wanna
Twitch.
follow me.
We do that. We do that on Twitch. We don't do that on Twitter.
Just realized one of our listeners tonight, Scott Steiner, the big bad booty daddy.
Oh, nice. Well, thanks, Scott, for watching. If you want to catch some complaining about HQ trivia, you can follow Jay Lucky
I
at.
saw that. She doesn't tweet about anything, and then tweeted about
I was
trying to get in, and
She was
I
very-
couldn't get into question
The
8.
best part about this, she was at work. She should have been working, not getting on HQ trivia.
I
She
was
decided
so
to-
mad. I tried for 8
I-
minutes to get in.
I always worry about that. That's why, like, when I'm at work, if I look at Facebook, I got to remember, like, not to make any posts.
Yeah.
Because then, like you're going to be like, the fuck, you were supposed to be at work during the, like, or.
Yeah. Anyways, if you want to catch Jay Lucky bitch about HQ trivia and other random things that she likes,
She has won before.
yeah, she's the only one of the 3 of us that's won any money on there. Follow her on Twitter at JLuckySunshine. Follow us on Twitter at Wrestling Dorks. We also have a Facebook page, Wrestling Dorks. Sam, you finished your Diet Grape soda.
It was delicious.
It was fantastic. There's only like 6 left. I'm so disappointed. It's gonna be a sad day.
They
when
make
that's
more,
all
you
gone.
know.
Yeah, but I don't want to continue to buy it because then it loses its specialness.
Yeah, you hadn't had it in like 2 years.
Yeah, I haven't had it since I lived in Ephrata.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that how, like, you think about sex, too? Like, I don't want too much of it. It's going to lose the specialness.
Apparently, that's the way she thinks about sex. No, hey, I joke. I joke.
I kid.
I kid. I just,
We can make it extra long. It's an
I was
extra
waiting for that
special.
one. I was waiting for that one. Anyways, thank
that
you
gonna
for.
work out for you?
It's going to work out terribly, I'm sure. Thank you for watching and listening to this episode of The Wrestling Dorks. We'll catch you next week.
Later.
See ya.